So today we are starting. Today's our topic is hyperbola. Today our topic is hyperbola. Last time we have done ellipse, circle. Now this is hyperbola. This is hyperbola. The shape of the hyperbola is just like that. X-axis, Y-axis, this is the origin. Will be the two shapes of the hyperbola. One will be on that side, one will be on the other side. This will be the shape of the hyperbola. On this way or in vertical over there. One this way, one this way. So this is the shape of the hyperbola. This will be called the center. This is the vertex. There are also two vertices just like the ellipse. This is V, this is V dash. And the midpoint of V and V dash will be the center. The midpoint of the V and V dash, both vertices, the midpoint of both the vertices is the center. So here the center is at origin, 0, 0. And the distance from the center to the vertex will be A. This is also the A. The distance between the center and the vertex is A. There is another point, focus. There is another focus, just like the ellipse, there are two foci. And the distance between the center and the focus will be C. From center to the focus, this distance will be C. From here to here, OF, OV, OV or OV dash is equal to A. The distance OV or OV dash is equal to A. And the distance between OF or OF dash is equal to C. This distance from here to here is C, and from here to here is A. And this is called the major axis. This is called the major axis, or we can say this the uh, transverse axis. The symmetrical line which is dividing the hyperbola into two equal parts and passing through the vertices. The line which is dividing the hyperbola into two equal parts and passing through the vertices is called transverse axis. This line is called the transverse axis. Now in this case, the transverse axis is along x-axis. Transverse axis is along x-axis. And there is another axis, this line. This is also dividing the hyperbola into two symmetrical parts, one on the other side, one on the other side. Both are the images, the mirror image. If you put the image, the same thing will be on the other side. So this is called the conjugate axis. This is called the conjugate axis. And this is the transverse axis. The line which is dividing the hyperbola into two equal parts, two symmetrical parts. This is also the mirror images. If you put the mirror over there, this side will be just like that. They are the same side. If you put the mirror on that way, the both are the symmetrical sides. Sayyid Muhammad. Both are the symmetrical sides. But this line is passing through the vertices and the foci. So this is called the transverse axis, and the other line which is also dividing into two parts, this is called the conjugate axis. So A Sayyid Muhammad Hassan. And Wasif Ahmad. So this is the transverse axis, this is the conjugate axis. The standard equation. Standard equation is x square upon a square. Sorry, x minus h whole square upon a square minus y minus k whole square upon b square is equal to 1. This is the standard equation. The difference of the minus sign in between them. In the ellipse, there was both are the plus sign, this one and this one. But here, there is a minus sign in between them. In hyperbola, there is minus sign in between them. If x square and y square, one of them is negative. So that means this is the equation of the hyperbola. If x square and y square, one of them, either x square or y square. So one of them must be negative. Both have the opposite sign. One is positive, one is negative. X square and y square. So it will be the equation of an hyperbola. Just remember. And positive will be the transverse axis. If x square is positive, it means the transverse axis along x-axis. If y square is positive, so transverse axis will be along y-axis. Here x square is positive, transverse axis will be along x-axis. If y square is positive and x square is negative, so the transverse axis will be along y-axis in this way. In that case, if this is the equation for this one, and if it is y minus a whole is y minus k whole square upon a square minus x minus h whole square upon b square equal to 1. If y square is positive and x square is negative, equal to 1. If y square is positive, so the equation, the diagram will be in this way. Diagram will be in this way. Y-axis, origin. Diagram will be in this way. Then the vertices and the foci will be on the y-axis. If y is positive, y square is positive. If x square is positive, it will be in this way. The vertices and the foci will be along the x-axis. If y square is positive, x square is negative, vertical axis, transverse axis will be on the vertical axis, on the y-axis. Transverse axis will be on the y-axis. And the vertices and the foci will be on the y-axis. Here the vertices and foci are on the x-axis. When x square is positive, when y square is positive, it will be on the y-axis. So A always be with the positive, we will consider A square. If x square is positive, so the number under the y x square will be A square. If y square is positive, the number under the y square will be A square. The number under the y square will be A square. Now that I told you A and B, so what is the relation between C? So relation between A, B and C, A square, sorry, C square is equal to A square plus B square. C square is equal to A square plus B square. Before that, in the ellipse, C square was equal to A square minus B square. But in this case, in the hyperbola, C square is equal to A square plus B square. When A square and B square will be in the equation, so how to find C? C square will be A square plus B square. So this is the relation between A, B and C. And in the ellipse, C square was equal to C square was equal to B square, A square minus B square. But here C square is the, B is the conjugate axis. B is the conjugate axis. It will be over there. This B is the conjugate axis. A, sometimes A and B are equal. Sometimes A and B are equal. In the ellipse, they will never equal. In ellipse, A and B will never equal. But in hyperbola, sometimes they both may be equal. A and B may be equal in hyperbola. But in equal in this sense, one is positive, one is negative. Both are the numbers may be, their magnitude may be equal. For example, this is also 4, this is also 4, this is also 9, this may also 9, this is also 7, this may also 7. But this is negative, one is positive. But in ellipse, they will never be equal. If it is 7, so this will never be equal to 7. It should be more than 7 or should be less than 7. And is in between the plus sign. But in hyperbola, A and B might be equal sometimes. So A is the, B is called the conjugate axis, A is called the major axis or the transverse axis. A is always along the transverse axis. A will be along the transverse axis, A and C. B will be on the conjugate axis, on the opposite axis. If it is A, so B will be over there. This is the distance A. This may be the distance B. from here to here. If we do this, rectangle, rectangle is formed over there. B is this distance. This is called the conjugate axis. The other axis is called the conjugate axis. Just like in the ellipse, it was one major axis and the minor axis. B was called the minor axis. Here, B is called the conjugate axis. Conjugate. B is called the conjugate axis. B. B is conjugate axis. A is the major axis up to here. On the transverse axis, A is the transverse axis. So this is the way. These are the some terminology of hyperbola and how to draw the hyperbola. One another thing, which is called the asymptotes. Another thing is asymptotes. If you draw a line from the center, which is passing through the center and just touching the hyperbola, this is a line which is passing through the center and just touching the hyperbola. It is not touching, but just touching. These are the two lines. Both are intersecting each other at the center of the hyperbola. So these lines are called asymptotes. These lines are called asymptotes. 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 Asymptotes are the line which are passing through the center and just touching the hyperbola. They are not actually touching, they are just touching the hyperbola. These lines are called the asymptotes. What is AA? What are you saying? What is AA? Where is AA? So this line is called the asymptotes. This is passing through the center and just touching the hyperbola. This will be over there. That will also passing through the and just touching the hyperbola. These lines are called the asymptotes. These lines are called asymptotes. So we have to find the equation of the asymptotes. Hamza Shakil. So these are the equation. We have to find the equation of the asymptotes. We have to find when the equation of the hyperbola will be given. We will find the vertices, foci, and the equation of the asymptotes. So in this case, vertices will be this is on the x-axis. Vertex and focus will be on the x-axis. So that will be the center. X coordinate will be the center. In this case is 0, 0. In both the cases, center is 0, 0. If it is HK, suppose we are taking this one HK. So how to find the vertices? So vertices in this case when the transverse axis along x-axis. In the x coordinate of the center, we will add a, add and subtract h plus minus a, and k will remain as it is. In this case, when the transverse axis on the x-axis, when the transverse axis on the x-axis, so vertices will be the coordinate center, the x coordinate of center plus minus a. This is the distance from center to the vertex A. A is the distance from center to the vertex. H plus minus a comma k. And the foci, H plus minus c comma k. This one. So this vertex will be H plus a comma k, and this will be H plus c comma k. In the same way on the other side, H minus, this is H plus a, that will be the H minus a. For the vertices on that side, H minus a comma k, and for the foci, H minus c comma k in this case. And this in this case, vertex will be vertices. H will remain as it is, k plus minus a. And for the foci, H will remain as it is, k plus minus c. In this case, when y is positive, transverse axis will be along y-axis. So we will add and subtract the value of a for the vertices. H will remain, x coordinate will remain as it is, just like the ellipse. So in this case, vertices will be h comma k. H and k are the center point. If this is 0, 0, h and k may be 0, 0 in these cases. Both are 0, 0. H and k will be 0. So it will be 0. This is also 0. So 0 comma plus minus a and 0 comma plus minus c. This is also center 0. So it will be plus minus a comma 0 and plus minus c comma 0. H and k are 0, 0 in this case. If it is 0, 0, this is only x square upon a square minus y square upon b square. This is y square upon a square minus x square upon b square equal to 1. So this is the way how to find this one. Now the third thing is asymptotes. How to find the equation of the asymptotes. Equation of the asymptotes. Equation of the asymptotes. We had to find vertices and foci and the equation of the asymptotes. These three things. And the fourth is sketching. When the equation will be given, we will find the vertices, foci, equation of the asymptotes, and the sketching. These things are required. Not necessarily all the things at same time you are asked to find. Equation of the asymptotes. How to find? This equation will be taken. For example, we have the equation x square upon a square minus y square upon b square equal to 1. So what we will do, it will change, 1 will be changed into 0. When we are finding the equation of asymptotes, 1 will be changed into 0. Then negative will be taken on the positive side. This is the negative, it will be taken on the other side. X square upon a square is equal to y square upon b square. Then b will be shifted on the other side. So it will become b square upon a square. So y square will become b square upon a square into x square. Take the square root both the sides. Y will become plus minus b upon ax. This will be the equation of the asymptotes. Two equations. One will be the plus. This will be the plus that side, that equation. That asymptotes will be plus b upon ax, and this asymptotes will be minus b upon ax. That's asymptotes. In the same way, this will be positive and this will be negative. This asymptotes positive, this asymptotes negative. So there are two equations, y is equal to plus minus b upon ax. So that means there are two equations. So in this way, we will find the equation. We have to put it 0. And then one negative value will be shifted on the other side so that it will become positive. And then we'll find the value of y only. Y should be equal to. Y should be equal to plus minus b upon ax. B upon ax. B is the value of the negative. Always positive. A will be always positive. A always be with for this positive or this positive. That will be considered A. So these are the few terminology and how to find. A will be found by the first we will convert into the standard form, just like the ellipse. No, nothing new. We have to cut just as we converted the ellipse into the standard form. Here we also convert into the standard form. Then the positive, it may be x square positive or y square negative, or maybe y square positive or x square negative. So the positive value will be considered a square and the transverse axis along the positive value. If it is x square positive, transverse axis along x axis. If y square is positive, transverse axis along y axis. And then we'll find C. The relation between C and A will be C square is equal to A square plus B square. We will find value of C. Because for the center, the midpoint of the vertices. If this is x minus h whole square and y minus k whole square, so h and k will be the coordinates of the center. If it is x square upon a square minus y square upon b square equal to 1. So 0, 0 will be the center. Origin will be the center. And how to find the vertices? If it is along x-axis, so in x coordinate, we will add and subtract a, and y coordinate will remain as it is. For the foci, we will add plus minus c in the x coordinate of the center, and y coordinate will remain as it is. If the transverse axis is along y axis, so x coordinate will remain as it is. In the y coordinate of the center, we will add and subtract a for the vertices, and for the foci, we will add subtract c in the y coordinate of the center, and x coordinate will remain as it is. So now we will do the questions, we will do the exercise, and exercise we are doing 19.10. Last time we have done 19.9. Today we will do 19.10. This is the exercise of the hyperbola. So this is the shape. This is the shape. A is the distance between the vertex and the center, and C is the distance between the focus and the center, where B is called the conjugate axis. B is called the conjugate axis. It may be greater than A, it may be smaller than A, it may be equal to A. It may be equal to A. So A and B may be equal, A and B may be different. So AB is called the conjugate axis. This is from center to this point is called B. From center to this point is called B. If A is on the x-axis, so B will be on the y-axis. If A is on the y-axis, B will be on the x-axis. So conjugate axis will be perpendicular to the transverse axis. Conjugate axis will be perpendicular to the transverse axis. If it is transverse, A is on the x-axis, B will be on the y-axis. If A is on the y-axis, B will be on the x-axis. And another thing I'm just telling you, today in the evening, I will upload the assignment. You may check after 7 o'clock. You may check on the LMS, the assignment after 7 o'clock. You will find an assignment and you have to submit in 2-3 days. Date will be given over there. Date and time will be given over there. You have to submit within that time in PDF format. You will copy the assignment. You will check the assignment, copy the assignment on the LMS, copy the assignment, solve it on the pages. It is better if you solve on the A4 pages. Otherwise, you may do on anyone. Take the image, but image must be very clear so that I can read it. It should not be irreadable. They must be readable. Take the image, convert into the PDF format, and convert into a file. PDF format, file, convert into the PDF format, file. And after that, you have to submit. But before submission, you must check whether they are opening in the PDF. They must be opened in the PDF format. It is ऐसा ना हो कि वो ओपन ही ना हो मेरे पास, तो मैं फिर उसको चेक क्या करूंगा बेटा? चेक तभी होंगे जब वो मेरे पास ओपन होंगे. तो सबमिशन से पहले, LMS पर सबमिशन से पहले आपने उसको चेक कर लेना कि वो ओपन भी हो रही है जो आपने फाइल बनाई है. करप्ट तो नहीं होगी वो फाइल.